Everyone, it is my pleasure and honor to present in this seminar. I thank Election Commission of Sri Lanka for providing me the opportunity to present in this seminar. As you are all may be aware, my topic for today is on digital pathways to electoral integrity, the Maldives re-registration process, under the theme of empowering democratic processes, strategies for enhancing voter participation and electoral integrity. To begin with, I would like to show my presentation outline, which involves introduction, background of Maldives and the issues concerned, theoretical explanations, includes voter registration, re-registration, and online portal, a newly introduced digital voter re-registration process, also impact of digital reformation on voter participation and electoral integrity, and finally, conclusion and recommendation. Therefore, this paper is a conceptual paper that will give Election Commission of Maldives an academic and scientific justification or clarification for the newly established digital improvements. Therefore, as an introduction, Maldives is a country that got independence in 1965 from the British colony. Geographically, Maldives contains 1,200 islands that are scattered into groups. Each group of islands may have 20 to 50 islands that are known as atolls. In order to administer the country, the government formed 21 administrative areas known as districts that have an independent right to administer in a local context. Because the geographical dispersion of the country Maldives finds difficult to administer as in providing necessities to citizens. The total population of the country is 500,000, reviewed in 2024. Significance of the study: Election Commission of Maldives started introducing digital reformation from past decade, which was initiated by the introduction of new strategic plan of 2020 to 2025, which also opened door for Election Commission of Maldives to build a close relationship with voters. Therefore, this paper tries to understand one of its outcomes of this digital reformation. Each electoral process required to have a clear and fair registry for voting is a statutory obligation for ECM. And also, public constant demand for e-public service and more transparent process is on rise for ECM. Due to the sensitiveness of the issue and the lack of empirical studies, a more focused and a holistic approach is believed to be important at this point. Objectives of the study. This study examines the effectiveness of newly introduced online portal for the re-registration process. 1. Administrative efficiency in terms of costs, staff mobilization, processing time, and rejection rates. 2. The demographic inclusivity of the registered voter population. 3. Examining the public trust and data integrity. Scope and limitation of the paper. Electoral reformation involves many aspects. However, for this study, it is narrowed down to digitalization of electoral roll, meaning the only focus is on final voter registry and how it has been managed in a full digital system. This study is also challenged due to few previous existing studies, non-existence of third-party analysis on digital electoral affairs, difficulties faced to obtain information due to the sensitive nature of the study, such as innovation is viewed as a negative thing, hesitance to provide information from stakeholders, and so on. Data sources and analysis. Paper uses secondary data between year 2019 and year 2024 elections, and it is collected on reliable and publicly available sources, in particularly from electoral bodies, i.e. official election reports like Observer Report, Incident Report, Call Center Statistics and Complaints Bureau reports, also government sources via websites and publications. And when it comes to research design, paper uses exploratory research design, drawing on purposive sampling with expert interviews and through stakeholder discussions. And for the theoretical explanation, voter registry was an entirely a manual process. Electoral registry is compiled with the help of National Registration Department prior to the election announcement. The authenticity of this list is assured by publishing the list for complaints in respective communities. After the public complaints to the list, relevant amendments are made and again announced for further clarification. Under the Election General Act 2008, all citizens aged 18 years and above are automatically included in this voter registry at their permanent residence. This whole process is coordinated with the help of local focal points appointed by the ECM. Our next slide is a continuation of the theory. Re-registration part is also a manual process. Those who wish to cast their vote other than their permanent resident, they are required to re-register polling station as they desire to cast the vote. Re-registration was fully manual, involving the submission and processing of thousands of physical forms within a 30 days period. During a re-registration process, 42,867 applications were processed in 2023 presidential election first round and 547 applications in the second round, which is approximately 16% of applications of the. This slide is also a continuation of previous slide, whereas newly introduced digital voter re-registration process, the online voter re-registration system was introduced in response to the Maldives' unique geographic and logistical challenges. Therefore, a user-friendly online portal was developed with minimal required documentations for verification. This portal was piloted in by-elections to surface and resolve operational issues before national rollout with an EEFAAS login. It is a secure authentication from National Digital Identity. Also, this portal encompasses phone verification path by one-time code personal mobile with a national ID photo and selfie upload for a verified match, and with an immediate SMS confirming submission with a live status tracking link. Minus their setup is to support full automation and reduce deduplication and records a comprehensive log to assure accuracy and integrity. Impact of digital reformation on voter participation and electoral integrity. Voter participation and electoral integrity of the newly introduced re-registration process was assessed. Variables: administrative efficiency in terms of direct cost. The cost of approximately 40 data entry staff for a number of 30 days were reduced to nearly to a very few data entry staff, leading to huge reduction of labor cost. And the cost of making errors in entering the re-registering forms was eliminated completely by introducing the online portal. Impact of digital reformation. This is a continuation of previous slide, and in this slide we focus on staff mobilization. Staff training for data entry and managing the whole operation of re-registration was easy and reliable. Only a handful of IT technicians was employed to monitor the re-registration process. Staffing the pre-voting register process was entirely reduced to a portal that are more convenient to monitor. This slide is also the continuation of the result of digital transformation in the light of processing time. Approximately 1 month data entry was reduced to instant electoral roll system. As you can see from the diagram, re-registration physical forms were collected from various focal points and brought to Central Electoral Administration for process, and the number of physical forms from years 2023, 7.1% forms were finally reduced to 0 in year 2024, i.e. the re-registration process is fully digitalized and automated, applied to process. And also, when it comes to rejection rate of newly implemented digital transformation, by looking at the diagram, you can see with the incorporation of digitalized portal for re-registration, the registered applications from the year 2023 election was 83% and increased to 89%, showing a significant increase on the year 2024. Similarly, the number of reject application at the same durations has been reduced from 19% to 11%, and the demographical inclusivity of the new reformation was positive. According to the 2008 Constitution, individuals above 18 years are automatically eligible for voter registry, and this includes the Maldivians living abroad, thereby re-registering the voters who are living abroad, and collecting the physical forms and managing the voter re-registry is nearly impossible manually, which was ultimately reduces significantly with the introduction digital portal for re-registration. And finally, the reformation that leads to public trust and data integrity are illustrated in the diagram 3. Public trust and integrity for the registration process is clearly indicating from the public complaints and inquiries pertaining to the electoral roll. Complaints received to ECM in year 2023 presidential election has been reduced from 647 complaints to 367. It's more than a 50% reduction. Similarly, the complaints received to re-registration was 3,454 in year 2023 presidential election has been reduced to only 14 complaints. This shows the digitalization of re-registration process was notably a trustworthy change process. And finally, to conclude the presentation, it is important to illustrate the highlights of the paper, such as this paper has demonstrated digital changes brought to re-registration process and to overall electoral integrity. Clearly, it indicates that there is a significant relationship between electoral digital reforms and electoral integrity, at least for the case in the Maldives. Online re-registration was fully adopted in the 2024 parliamentary election, where 100% of applications were processed online, allowing eligible voters to efficiently update their voting locations from anywhere in the globe. And as a final part of this presentation, I would like to recommend some useful tips.
Good afternoon after lunch. The annual research Symposium 2025 organized by the Election Commission of Sri Lanka is taking its second segment today. So we witnessed in the morning session important 2 panel discussions and of course chat performances, which really ignited us in various ways, giving in-depth thoughts in this particular stream. Ladies and gentlemen, and up next, we are here to start the second segment of the symposium today. This afternoon, we are here to start with a keynote speech. Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver the keynote speech today, we are here to invite Dr. Nelam Deepika Udagama. Dr. Nelam Deepika Udagama is a distinguished legal, academic, and human rights advocate and former professor of law at the University of Peradeniya. She holds LLB and LLM degree from the University of Colombo and an LLM and a Doctor of Judicial Science, JS in International Human Rights Law from University of California, Berkeley, USA. She has had a 4-decade-long career in legal education and human rights promotion, contributing to institution building and advocacy for social justice.